What's up, everyone? Welcome to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. And before we begin, I hope you hit that subscribe button and that notification button for more movie updates, movie reviews, my takes on them, as well as short films that I create over time. I just finished Celestial Echoes, Remnants of the Past. I just put out the trailer. Please check that out. The film will be released January 2026. I enjoyed it. I love making it, and it's my favorite of the three so far that I've created. Tears of the Stars and Dread of Twilight. I love them all, but Remnants of the Past was real fun to get done, edit, and I hope to be able to make more within this universe. Maybe two more, we'll see. But please check it out. I put a lot of effort into it, and yeah, let's get straight to it. Blackphone 2, the movie review from me, and I enjoyed it. I liked it. I didn't think it was better than the first one, but I liked that it was a continuation. The sister and the brother are older, but the sister in this film is more of the lead, where the brother, he's kind of taking a back seat. But his character, he's been affected from having been taken by the grabber and almost, held hostage and almost killed, and that's affected him. But he's able to, hold his own, get into fights. He's not I don't want to say a punk, but he's not who he was in the first film, where he was just getting bullied and beat on, and now he can just hold his own, and he's smoking because he just wants to get that stress away from what he's dealt with. And the sister, she's always been that tough person, and that foul mouthed person. I like her character in the films. I think they're both great, but she was definitely a standout in the first one. And she takes center stage, and she's having those visions, those dreams, which she's like, we got to go to this cabin, and apparently there were deaths there. These kids died there, and you find out it's the grabber who used to work there. He killed those kids, and it's just about being able to find their bodies and bring them that peace. But in doing so, and also I believe she was trying to figure out more of what was going on, like what was there. I know the mother situation comes into the story. I don't know if it was during that she saw visions or after she finally realizes what really happened, and basically her mother didn't kill herself, she was murdered. And that eventually, when the father realizes that she's been telling the truth, if they do a third one, I would see another growth. They all had growth in the film, all of them, but I would like to see the father and his growth and what he's dealt with from the first film. Yelling and beating at the kids for doing things, and because he was obviously affected by his wife's death, who he thought committed suicide. And then this one, he seems to be a little bit more tame, and he's just happy that his son was rescued. But he's trying to quit drinking, and you can see there's still that tension there, but he's trying to be a better person. And I would think in the third one, he's definitely different. He's definitely, he's seen what his daughter was talking about, and he realized, she said the wife didn't commit suicide, and he would be more at peace with that. So if they do a third one, I would like to see the growth of his character in that aspect. But yeah, the grabber, he was a Freddy Krueger type villain, in that I don't know if she necessarily was dreaming, like falling asleep dreaming, but she would enter this dream state, and that she would be able to confront the grabber, who would, attack her in this dream state. And just like Freddy, if I walk into the room and I see you're floating in air, nobody, like, how are you floating? You're being attacked. That was what was going on. But what confused me is that when she's in the dream state, let's say she'll see the grabber ice skating coming, but she'll take a swing at somebody that's not in the dream state world, and they'll still get affected. They'll still get hit or dragged or whatever. And it's like, so it's not a dream based, like sleep based type of phenomenon, supernatural thing going on. He's still able to not only have her see him in that aspect and attack her, but he was able to attack people that weren't even in that scenario. So that was a little confusing. Like, what was his ability? Like, what was actually going on there? Just like the first film, it was a supernatural element. This one, of course, a supernatural element to where he died in the first film, the grabber, but he was able to come back in that way. Sometimes I would like to know how that's possible, but I guess things are just better left not said, and we'll just have to go for the ride, and it just happened. But I was a little confused on how they did that whole dream scenario, but then it ended up being into the actual real world that he's able to affect. So that was a little confusing, and probably my only issue. It was more of a contained film. I felt the sequel because even though the first one, he was stuck in the basement, a kid, you still had the schools and the parent, the father's house, and all the outside stuff going on. Here, eventually, it just felt more focused on the camp area, so it just felt like a smaller film. And I feel like sequels need to be bigger in a lot of ways. So that was another issue for me. But overall, I still like the story. I like the film in general. I don't think it's better than the first film, but I liked it, and there's mention of maybe if there will be a third one. Then obviously the grabber, he's he's going to come back because in the end, the kids that he killed, there's the supernatural element. They bring him into the lake and freeze. He freezes after the sister and brother start beating on him. They're able to fight back. They take his mask off, and he's like, my face, like just like in the first one. And this one, he's just like, he's just all about his face. And as he's getting dragged into the lake by the kids, he makes it a thing to grab the bottom portion of his face mask to put it on, and he freezes. And I just feel like maybe that mask is a component to him being alive. Like that's how it's used. I don't know, but then again, if he was sent to hell, your spirit is sent to hell, not the mask. So why would the mask be a thing anyway? It's just that he had it in a dream world, and he was just still. I don't know. It was a little confusing on how they worked that element in, but I still think that if you saw the first one, you should still check out part two. You know, as far as sequels goes, I've seen some horrible sequels that I'm just like, I wish they never made it, or they would have followed to the formula of what the first one is. The second one, a different formula, questionable in ways that they were going about things, but I still didn't mind that they brought him back the way they did. Again, check it out. I liked it. Be prepared for my next movie review, Predator Badlands, which I will be seeing. That's the next film that I will be seeing. But this was a small review for Blackphone 2. I give it 2 thumbs up. Originally, I was probably gonna say a thumbs up, thumbs down, but I give it 2 thumbs up because overall it was a good film. I just had those little gripes, and I felt maybe really didn't take away from me my enjoyment of the film as much as I thought it would have. But I liked it. Check it out. The Black Phone or Black Phone 2. The first film is The Black Phone. This is Black Phone 2. They always do that. They always just take out the in sequels in most cases. But check it out. And if you've seen it, let me know what you think in the comments. Keep it professional. I will get back to you. And thank you so much. Until next time. Later.